Me and my PJs. Okay, it says stay positive. Okay, sorry, I just needed to say that just because. Okay, so let's do this. First of all, as you're coming in, go ahead and share your wins for the month, whatever they are. Last time we did this was about a month ago. So we've had a whole month. It can be family wins, it can be business wins, it can be like life wins, it can be any kind of win that you want to put out there, and we can go ahead and celebrate. On your phone, you'll actually see 4 people, like 4 squares per thing, and you can swipe through. I think that's all you can see on your phone. And then you can see me in big, or the person that's speaking in big on one. So yeah, okay. So go ahead and share your wins. I wanted to also, she's not on right now, but Melissa Living last month hit 4K at the end of the month. And that was pretty huge, and it's awesome. She unlocked that 4K rank advancement bonus. And, she was working towards it for a very long time, and she hit it, and it was just awesome for her and Andre. And so very, very exciting stuff. She put her next goal up, and I'm so excited for her and Andre, and I wish them the best. Yeah, so go ahead and share your wins. Less stressful work atmosphere. That's awesome. Yay. Okay, awesome. Okay, let's move on. What we're going to go into today: personal, booked a venue for my daughter's bat mitzvah. Yay! Business, have a person reach out to me and ask if my free sample offer still stands because they need help. Isn't that beautiful? That means that like your constant messaging is, they're really receiving that, and they're seeing that, and they're like, you know what, I'm ready, and sometimes it's just timing. That's what it is. And that's what it is in this case, right? It was timing. It was, I need this. I'm ready for it. I'm ready to try it, and give it a shot. And now she's going to be more she's going to be really dedicated to it, which is awesome. Okay, cool. Keep the wins coming in. I'm going to read them as they come in. Okay, so we're going to move into the mindset portion of the evening. And so basically what I saw when I did the poll in our group was that the biggest thing was that there was a feeling of like, if it's not possible, right? This isn't possible. My goals, it's not possible for me to hit my goals. It's not possible for me to achieve my goals. And having that feeling of like, oh, like, how can I do this? And maybe it's a feeling of overwhelm. Maybe it's a fear of, putting yourself out there, of failing, of, whatever it may be. But there is some key points right here that we want to talk about tonight. And Stormy is going to speak to the part where we're self-sabotaging, right? So if you're feeling that way, you are actually getting in your own way. You are getting in the way of yourself, of your goals. And so that part is self-sabotage. And Stormy is going to speak a little bit to that. And then I want to add a little bit to that after as well, because I picked the brains of a few of the leaders in United We Thrive about this one, because I wanted to know, like, how would they coach someone through this block, right? And so I got some really good feedback as well from them. So I'm going to share that too. So Stormy, go ahead. It's yours. You can talk a little bit about self-sabotage and what you've learned about self-sabotage. This is good, guys. So take some notes.
Okay, can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So I've been learning about mental blocks lately, and I just learned about self-sabotage. And what this is the thought that you can't do something or something is not meant for you. That's actually a self-sabotaging thought. And what I've learned recently is that when you have these self-sabotaging thoughts, the reason that we have these is because you've heard, or not the only reason, but one of the main reasons is because you've heard probably 2 words your entire life, or like repetitively over your lifetime. And those 2 words are you are. So you are fill in the blank. You are not worthy. You are not smart enough. You are not, fill in the blank to whatever fits for your life. And that can be really hard to hear stuff like that. And it kind of imprints in your brain. And once you hear it over and over and over again, you start to believe it, right? So what we need to do in order to to change this is we need to switch that thinking around. So this is why the I ams and the affirmations are so huge, especially in this industry, is because we do a lot of work on our mental health and everything. So one way that I have learned to kind of combat this is by using your I ams. So instead of thinking like, oh, I'm not smart enough, because you've always heard you are not smart enough or you're not good enough, what we can do is we can change that into I am smart enough. And then we repeat it to ourselves. And that's how we combat that. And I learned this really cool method that we can use to kind of like figure out where our self-sabotage lies, how we can address it, and how we can move past it. And it's called the ready, set, go method. So it's like kind of like a stoplight. So red, yellow, green. So for ready, what you would write down, I'm looking at my notes here, is you would try to figure out where that self-sabotage lies in you. Like, are you like, what I would write down is, I've always heard I'm not capable, or I'm not smart enough, I'm not strong enough. That's where my self-sabotaging thought lies. And then for ready, this is a two-part space where you're going to write, if I stay, or what does my life look like if I hold on to this self-sabotaging thought? And you think about everything like you don't grow, or, you know, what does your life look like if you hold on to this thought and this belief that you have in your mind? And then the second part is, what does your life look like if you overcome it? Because that's how you're going to be able to move past it, is by seeing and envisioning what your life can look like if you don't have that self-sabotaging thought stuck in your brain anymore. And then the last part is go. And this is where you would write down action steps that you can take in order to move past these self-sabotaging thoughts. So I thought that was a really cool method, because it kind of helps you figure out where that thought is, you know, why it's holding you back, and what your life looks like if you continue to let it hold you back, what it can look like if you choose to not let it hold you back. And then it kind of gives you the push to take action to move past that thought. So what I want you guys to do is, for this month, think of one thing you can do, or a couple things you can do to try to move past this. One of my favorite things to do is write down the I am affirmations, and then you can put them on like sticky notes on your mirror, or you can write them down in your journal every morning. And the more and more you repeat them, the more they're going to become imprinted in your brain instead of those self-sabotaging thoughts. I also have this app that I really love. It's called Think Up, and that one you can actually voice record your affirmation. So then that way you're hearing yourself say it. And for some reason, I don't know why, but that like sticks in your brain a little more when you hear yourself saying it. So that's what I have to share. I'm going to keep it short and sweet for you guys. I'm going to pass it back to Sarah.
If you have an idea of what action step you want to take this month, you can go ahead and put it down in the chat, and we'll kind of like, it's kind of like I'm going to do this, and you're putting it out into the universe, and therefore you're saying, yes, I'm going to do it. I'm going to go ahead and try to stick with that for a month. Michelle actually has some good stuff to talk about building a habit. And because I do want you to mention that, because she told me a little bit about it today, and or yesterday, I can't remember. Anyways, and so basically go ahead and put that in the chat. But if you're not ready to go ahead and put it yet, you want to work through that ready, set, go method first, you can always go ahead and let one of us know, or let the group know what it is that you're going to work towards, or what it is that you're going to try to put in place this month in our group chat. I mean, we're there to support each other through this. Personal development is part of this business. It's a huge part of this business. What I've noticed is as every single time that you push past a limiting belief or a block, and I've talked about this with a few of you guys before, but literally I feel like you level up in all aspects of your life, in business and family. You'll see some things start to happen that, you know, before, when you had that block, wouldn't have happened. And so it definitely goes hand in hand for sure. So the more that you go ahead and you do this mindset work, this personal development, the more that you're going to be able to move forward and take action, right? It's all about the action steps that you're going to set. And if you do this ready, set method and you never set something in place to say, you know what, I'm going to do these affirmations or whatever it is that you decide to do in the morning to move past those limiting beliefs, then, you're taking that action step, you're going forward. But if you decide not to put anything in place, then you're going to stay in the same spot. You're going to know what's going on, but you're never going to move forward, which takes me to the next part. So one of the big reasons why people, and why myself, when I felt like this was not possible for me, because I also went through that. I went through that whole mindset, and that limiting belief myself as well. And it still comes up sometimes. And then I have to work through it. Right. But here's the thing, is that whenever that happens, I try to break my goals up into small bite-sized chunks, right? Smaller bite-sized chunks, a little bit kind of like, what is going to be my income producing activity that I'm going to stick to every single day for this amount of time. And I really try to get down to it and say, okay, what's one thing that I can do for this amount of days, to move myself, that will move my business forward, and that I can feel a little bit of excitement with, and kind of yes, I did it, it's done, and kind of can help me move towards getting the results that I'm looking for, right? So what kind of small things that you can do? So number one, you need to know what your goal is. Okay. What is your goal? If I ask you right now, tell me what your goal is. Can you actually tell me in the chat what your goal is, what you're moving towards, what you want, and what you're hoping for, and what your work, what it is that you're putting into action? And then two, can you tell me exactly what you're going to do every day in order to get you there? And for me, that was a big aha moment, because when I was feeling the thoughts of, I don't know if I can do this, I realized that I wasn't doing the action steps that I needed to in order to move forward. And it was kind of like come on, Sarah, face the facts, So that being said, I want Michelle to talk on this, because she's been, actually, you're frozen, Michelle. So I don't, you're looking at me, so I don't know if you can hear me or not, but basically, oh, we lost her. We lost her. Hello. Oh, you're there.
I have no idea what you just said. As soon as you were like, oh, I want Michelle to speak on, it went.
Okay, so I want you to speak on the smaller bite-sized chunks and what that can do over time, because you've been kind of diving into the compound effect, right? Okay, can you speak to that actually? So what can a small action that you're taking every day, it's very small, but what can that do over time?
Okay, so I have, I downloaded the audio app on my phone, and I started to, all because of Sarah, and not intentionally. I had always wanted to do this. I just never took action into making this possible. I love reading. I have a passion for reading. I love diving into books that allow me to escape my reality and go somewhere different. I don't read self-help books. I used to as a child and growing up, devotions are still a huge thing for me. So that type of thing is still very vital in my growth. But I like the books where I can dive into someone else's reality and escape my own. So I just like that. But since I've had kids, I have not been able to be in that environment. And then whenever I do have time, I'm too tired and my eyes just can't focus. So having these audiobooks has been life changer. I've been able to actually have those moments back, which I freaking love. So before my subscription ran out, because I paid for another month without, because I didn't cancel it, but it's actually a godsend. It was a super huge blessing, because I thought, you know what, I'm going to utilize this to my advantage. And I've noticed a few things. So I downloaded this book, and it has what happened was I drove to my parents' house. And so I'm at my parents right now. And it was a 5.5 hour drive when it should have taken me 4.5 hours. So it was brutal. It was brutal with 3 kids. I wanted to die a few times, but I decided, you know what? Give them all their iPads. I hotspotted them so they could have like YouTube and make them happy. And then I listened in on this audiobook that I've been wanting to listen to for a long time. And I was like, holy, you ever have those moments? Those like moments? I had a ton of those in 1 hour. I couldn't keep quiet. So this has like, he just spoke on a bunch of different things that really spoke deeply to me that I know that our whole team will love to hear. So the compound effect is I don't know the whole thing yet because it's a 4 hour and some audiobook, and I've only gotten through like the first 50 minutes. But in that 50 minutes, I've taken a lot of notes. So one of the things he talked about is you need a minimum of 21 days in order to change your routine, in order to change your perspective, in order to change your mindset, in order to change something in your life that you know you suck at. We all have areas we suck. And if we leave them to suck, you're never going to improve. Your areas of expertise are awesome. They're easy. They're effortless. The areas that you suck need improvement. Why are we ignoring these areas? Why are we leaving these for chance? There is no chance. There is no luck. You are in complete control of every area, every facet of your life, every part of your being. You have the authority and the power to change just that. So he was talking, and we all know that, and we all ignore it because we become complacent. We become comfortable in the areas we succeed in and the areas that we suck in. Now, that being said, stepping outside of your comfort zone really push you to a point where you're very uncomfortable. And in those moments, it really truly shows the testament of our character, who you are, your makeup, your genetic makeup, your personal makeup, your choices that you make. Those are all very important facets of who you are. You're not stuck where you are. You don't have to stay where you are. You never have to go back. Going back is not an option. It's gone. It's already passed. You are already rid of the last second. The second that just passed, it's gone. You can't make up for it. Let it go. What you can do is control what you are doing moving forward. So he talked a lot about when we start leaving things up for chance or up for we let it go. We decide that we are no longer thinking about the outcome of our choices. Then in that turn, we become complacent and we'll get uncomfortable. We get scared, we get anxious, we get worried because we're no longer choosing our actions. Like we're no longer in thought process of our actions. Our actions are no longer, we're not thinking about, oh, well, if I do this, the outcome is that. If I do this, then the outcome is that. We're no longer outweighing our outcome. So we're just leaving it to be, which leaves us in confusion. So if you don't want to live in confusion, outweigh your choices. You have a choice every day. He gave one of the most interesting concepts and examples, and I'll try to sum it up quick because I talk a lot. When I get passionate about something, I just don't be quiet. So I'll make it fast. So he talked about 3 different guys, and it could be girls, doesn't matter. It's irrelevant. So the one guy, we'll talk about the first guy. The first guy's name is Bill. Bill, he decides that he's sick and tired of being sick and tired. He hates these extra pounds. He hates where he's going with his career. He hates the way his marriage is. So he decides, you know what? I'm going to make one simple, small choice. So small that you would think it's insignificant. He decides he's going to eat 125 calories less per day. That's it. That could be one juice that you drink less. That could be, I don't know, a yogurt that you just didn't eat that day. 125 calories less, okay, every day. That was his goal. So now he's tracking his goals because he decides that if I'm going to make this decision, I want to track where I'm at. I want to see what I'm doing. That just doesn't make sense. And so, well, like today, if I want my yogurt, maybe I could eliminate something else. He starts tracking it. Over time, we'll talk about over time. I'll jump to the next person. The second person, his name is I don't know, Tyler. I don't know. Tyler's his name for today. So Tyler decides he doesn't give a crap. He doesn't care. Doesn't care what he's eating today. He doesn't care what he's going to eat tomorrow. He doesn't care what he's doing professionally. He just doesn't care. He loves his job. No, he doesn't love his job. He's okay with his job. He's okay with his marriage. He's okay with his life, but he's just okay. So there's just like, whatever, he stays the same. He decides that every day he's going to keep going and not change a thing, but not add anything, not take anything away. He'll stay where he is. Then there's I don't know, let's say the third guy's name is Mike. I don't know, I'm gonna have to try to remember these names that I said because I'm just making them up. So let's say I don't remember the names the guy talked about in the book. Okay, thank you. So let's say Mike says, screw everything, screw the world, I'm eating 125 calories a day. So let's say the recommended dose is like 2,000 calories per day. He's eating 125 calories more per day because he decides, screw it, life's too short. I'm having that beer. I'm having that English muffin. I'm having that bowl of chips. I'm having that whatever. Like, I deserve it. I've worked hard today. He decides he's going to have that extra 125 calories per day. So in 8 months, we look at everybody back and we look at all three men and nothing's changed between any of them. There's no significant difference. There is absolutely nothing different that you can actually document between all three men. Now you go to 12 months and you all of a sudden start to see, who did I say was the first guy? Bill gets a raise at work. He gets promoted. And you're like, what? How'd you get promoted? Like, what in the world are you doing? He's like, man, I'm not doing anything. I got promoted. This is sweet. I got promoted at work today, but nobody else notices. Nobody else sees his hard work. Who did I say was the middle guy? Tyler, indifferent. No, nothing changes. Mike, was it Mike the third guy?
Yeah.
Okay. So Mike says, oh man, screw you. Like, what are you doing, man? Like, now I'm fighting with my wife all the time. My kids hate me. And like, what's the deal with that? Then we go to 18 months. Now we're kind of seeing some slight attitude changes. We go to 30, let's say we'll go to like 24 months. 24 months, all of a sudden you start to see like, wait a second, Bill's marriage is thriving. He got the promotion at work. His kids love him and he's active. Mike has gained a significant amount of weight. He's been demoted at work and he hates his marriage and he wants out. Now let's move it on to 36 months or whatever it is. Let's move it on to like 2 years. We'll go to the 2-year mark. The 2-year mark, we're talking about this insanely huge impactful change in all three men. You might think that Mike is the worst one off. You might think that Bill wins the race. But here's the difference. Here's the change between all three men. Bill, well, while he spent time documenting his work and his 125 calories less, in that time when he saw attitude changes, his marriage thriving, his business booming, his career boost, his raise, he also spent time at that point in time to document what he had seen, the differences. He was searching for recipes on how to make his life better. He got healthier. He got mentally healthy. He started researching books on how to improve his life. Oh, shoot. Sorry. Oh, you can still hear me? My sister's calling me. So I'm like, oh, wait. So he starts like doing self-care. He starts like recording things. He starts seeing changes. He's out with his kids down the slopes in the winter. He's boating with his kids in the summer, and his wife, the way he speaks to his wife has changed. The way she speaks to him and treats him has changed. Why? He's boosted his self-confidence. He is now down 33.5 pounds. If you calculate eating 125 calories less per day over the course of 2 years, you will in fact lose 33.5 pounds. It's science. So that being said, the guy who's in the middle, Tyler, I think his name was. So Tyler has now not changed a single thing. His work has stayed the same. His life has stayed the same. His weight has stayed the same. And he is just more bitter 2 years now later than he was 2 years ago. Why? He has no passion, no zest for life, no enthusiasm, no encouragement, no passion that drives you in a direction that you want to go. So that is the scariest place to be, guys. When you have no passion and no desire to push forward or to change something or to improve something in your life, that is more scary than my buddy Mike. So my buddy Mike over here, he's 2 years down the road. He's eaten 125 calories more, and what? He's losing his marriage. He's on the verge of signing divorce papers. He is no longer seeing his wife as a valuable contribution to their team. He is no longer looking at his kids the same way. He's now a lazy couch potato who has gained 66.5 pounds. He has now gotten to the point where he has lost total self-confidence. He has no authority in his life. He's been demoted. He's not going anywhere. And now he is no longer passionate about anything in his life, because how could he want to go out and do these things with his family, with his life, have passion for his career, when now he's gained 66 pounds and he feels like piece of poop? So here we are, we're left with a decision to make. So whatever that decision is for you in your life, are you documenting it? Are you writing it down? Are you being honest with yourself? And are you looking at yourself in the mirror saying, you know what, I suck in this spot. However, how am I improving that? You are up for a choice to make. You are the reason you are where you are, not anyone else. If you take ownership for your actions, truly, sincerely take ownership for every single action that you make, you will see that it isn't this person who did this to you, that person who said that to you, that person that you worried about their opinion of you. It doesn't matter. You have the choice, you have the ability to push forward, to change your direction. And when he talked about a lot of other things, but that really stuck to me to share tonight. You have the ability, you have the choice, you have the option of changing your outcome. And it could be, I'm not talking about, please don't misconstrue what I'm saying. You do not need to change something big to see big results. Don't start somewhere that you know you'll never attain. It's unattainable. You'll automatically self-sabotage your outcome, your goal, your desire for change. I'm talking about 125 calories a day is not a lot. I'm not talking about eating disorder. I'm not talking about fitness model. I'm not talking about bodybuilder. I'm talking about if your area that you want to see change is talking to someone, go live on your Insta for 10 seconds in your stories once every 2 days. Do something, choose something that is totally attainable for you, that you can start documenting and really writing it down. I'm talking about, so for me, when I read this portion, for me, it's money. Money right now, I want to be able to pay my bills. I want to be able to be debt-free. That's a long-term goal. However, what am I doing right now to change that? Well, I'm not doing anything. So I used to document all the time, and I got myself out of a lot of debt whenever I was in my 20s. Now that I'm in my 30s, I'm faced with a lot of debt again. And I'm like, what am I doing to change that? I used to document everything. I used to check everything off. I used to write everything down. And he used this in his example in the book. He said, what are you doing right now? Are you carrying around a little notebook that fits in your pocket? A little pad of paper that fits in your purse with a pen? Any kind of anything to write anything down. Every cent you spend, are you writing it down? And that's for you. That's not to show anyone else. That's for you to stay accountable to you. And so don't lie and cheat the system. If you went to the corner store and bought a pack of gum and it cost you $1.25, write down you spent $1.25. By the end of the week, give yourself 7 days even. 7 days of writing down the area in which you want to see improvement. And you'll be able to see where you did really well, where you didn't do really well, where your focus has been, and you'll be able to change things accordingly as you move on. So that's my little spiel.
I love that. Okay, so one little thing that we can change over time will make a big result, right? And so I love that. You brought a lot of points home. And I got a little emotional there. I felt a little emotion there because I definitely was like, what am I doing? What am I doing? What do I need to do? Okay, the next thing I just want to mention quickly is that we are doing kind of a book club, but it's going to be very chill. It's not going to be very, like, it's not going to be super official. I'm not going to come out with like worksheets or anything. But we're going to do a little book club. I got it on Amazon. It finally came in like yesterday or the day before. I don't know. I went in my stories as soon as I got it. I was like, thank God. But anyways, it's here and we're going to start in the month of August. So you still have time to order it and to get going with us if you want to hop in. I read the first chapter. I couldn't help myself. We're like, God, it's really good already. So I was like, whoa, like, huge moments of wow. Okay, so the other thing I want to mention is, would you guys be up for an action plan workshop? So kind of like coming up with a little action plan workshop, maybe at the beginning of a month or something like that, and we can kind of like plan our goals. I'm going to be attending the one that Kelly does for her team, and I'm going to see how that's done, and then we'll be able to, I'll kind of like change it up so that it works for us too. You know what I mean? Like if I see that some things, no, not so much, so on and so forth. But yes, okay. So I'm seeing some people say yes, yes, yes. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Okay, so the next part I want to mention just quickly before we go into the game, we're going to wrap this up. So we've got the game and then we've got the product info on Sculpt, and then we're going to wrap it up with gratitude. But I just want to go over this quickly. So credits. Who is thriving for free? Who is working towards thriving for free? Tell me in the chat right now. Now, that being said, whenever you get credits, okay, I want to talk about credits. It is up to you what you want to do with your credits. If you want to gift your credits to new potential customers as an incentive, you can do that. If you don't want to do that, you don't have to do it. Okay. What I'm going to be trying this month, I actually put it in place today, is I set up a little website link with literally people can pick if they want a 3-day sample, if they want samples of chill or samples of activate, and they're going to pay for the sample. And once I get the payment, I will send the sample out. And then what I'm going to try is, since they already paid for the sample, the $25 or whatever it may be, they will get a discount of whatever they paid for the sample on their product. Okay, that is a decision that I'm making for my business. You know, you are the CEO of your business. What do you want to do? What do you want to try? If you don't want to gift your samples or your credits, then you don't have to. Okay, that is one thing I want to make super clear. If you want to do a monthly thing where you gift credits to your team, you could do that. If you want to, you know what I mean? Like, you decide how you want to manage your credits. But what I do want to let you know is that it is not sustainable to always be gifting credits to the same people all the time. Okay, it is not sustainable. So I know that we want to help people. A lot of us, like, we want to gift, we want to gift, we want to gift. But that being said, it is not a sustainable thing for you to always be gifting your credits that you've earned to someone else, okay? To the same person especially. Yes, it's great to get a new customer for them to see how amazing it is once they fall in love with it. We have the Thrive for Free program that they can plug into, and they can, you know, you can help them earn their products for free. If you're not sure how to do that, we have tons of resources in United We Thrive. You can message me, you can message your upline, you can message the person, you know, to help you out and have ideas on how we can help them thrive for free. But I want to go ahead and encourage you to take the step and just be like, listen, like, you know, now that you're thriving, now that you know what this product can do, now that you love it, let's share it. Let's share it with people that you love, that you know that need it. And you're going to get sometimes someone saying, I don't know anyone. I don't know anyone who needs this in their lives. Yes, they do. They are just telling themselves that. It is just the thought. It is not reality. Okay. It is not the truth. They know people that need this. They're just too shy right now, or they're too, you know, they're fearful that maybe they don't need it. You know what I mean? Like, all of these thoughts are going through their heads, probably the same thought that we've had, right? So that being said, help them through that. Just be like, okay, well, have you ever heard someone say, I'm super tired? Or, you know, like, this or that, you know what I mean? Like, it's up to you how you want to do it. If I decide that I want to gift credits to someone, that is me, that is on me. Okay. If you decide you want to give credits to someone, that is on you. But then after that, use the Thrive for Free program. And Catherine told me this the other day. She was like, but we have the Thrive for Free program. And I was like, you're right. You're so right. You know, there's no other business that has this good of a referral program. Like, we need to be utilizing it more. And I think maybe, like, there's tons of resources on how to utilize it. I suggest you look into United We Thrive, YouTube it, whatever it may be. I'm sure you can find some trainings from 200Ks doing, like, teaching about it. Do the research, right? And find out a way that works for you. Try different things out, because you are the runner of your business. Okay. I can teach you the way I do it. I can show you what I'm doing, but if that doesn't fit for you, it doesn't fit for you, you know? Okay. So I just wanted to, okay. Oh, I love this. I love this. Yeah. So I said, you can either send me PayPal or e-transfer for if they're Canadian. And I'm asking 25 US, and I'm sending them three things of capsules, 3 things of shakes, and 4 DFT patches. I'm going to send them 2 regular and 2 upgrade ones that they can choose from. I'm also doing a little package of chill. I think I charge $10 for that, because it's about $2.50 Canadian for one package. So I charge $10 for shipping as well, included in there. And then I'm charging $25 for 9 packages of Activate, and I'm going to give them 3 flavors that they can choose from. I'm going to see how that goes, right? But at least it's going to pay for the product, right? And so now that's not money out of my pockets. That's just, you know, and then if they decide that they want to move forward with purchasing, then I'm going to gift them that in credits. I'm more than happy to gift them credits that, you know what I mean? So anyways, and if they don't want to purchase, well, I'm not down some credits, right? Or I'm not down, you know, money in my pocket. You know what I mean? But yeah, if you're if you're doing a lot of samples in a month, then this is definitely something that, you know, you should definitely be thinking about. I'm still going to do the monthly giveaway, where I do a monthly giveaway and I'll gift, like, you know, a 3-day sample or whatever it may be to like 2 or 3 winners. But that's me. I'm deciding to do that. And you don't have to do that either. All right. Okay, cool. So the next part is the game. So let's just do 3 of them, Michelle. Let's do 3, okay? Because time-wise, and then we're going to go into the product highlight, and then we're going to wrap it up. I'm sweating right now. It's hot in here.
Sorry, I'm gonna look crazy. So I have this really cool game. I just did the Pinterest thing, guys, because I was like, what can we do that's fun that can be done on Zoom that hasn't been done already? So one of the games that came up was called the Zoom game. And I was like, this is so cool. Okay, that's gonna be the giveaway. Okay, so I had 5 things, but we'll just do 3 to wrap it up, and then I'll do the product that we're featuring. So to zoom in on a product. If you feel you know what it is, scream it out, turn your mic on and say it. We will try to figure it out first. Whoever gets it first wins the prize. Simple as that. It's easy. So we'll see how well you know your products. Whether or not you've tried it, you should still kind of know what it looks like. And I didn't choose anything. Like that you couldn't guess. So I don't think I can I can turn my camera around. Okay, I'm going to turn my camera around. As soon as you think you know what the product is, put your mic on and say it. So you're going to see my notes. No, I'm going to move my notes. My notes look ugly. Okay. I think this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to hide my camera. Okay. Oh my gosh. I have to kind of zoom out for you to see it. Okay. I will eventually zoom away. So if you know it, say it.
Thirst. Food.
No. I have the words for you there.
Form.
Who said form?
I did.
get a pack of chill. Woo! Okay, next
Okay,
up
next item.
is going to be the charcoal face mask.
Okay, let me see if I can do this properly. Okay. Shoot. Okay, wait. I don't like how it's showing on my camera.
No, I get.
Will it tell you?
I knew.
Okay.
Chill?
It is chill.
That's blast.
Oh, I thought it was blast. Oh, very
Okay.
good. You said chill.
This is not, it's not showing very clear, so it's kind of making me sad, but it's okay. It's okay. Okay, the next one.
First.
I think, was it you, Stormy, that said it first? Or was it Catherine?
It was me, but you can give it to someone else.
You're like, I just want to answer.
Okay, I think I have another way of doing it. What, baby? Okay. It's coming, it's coming. It's right there.
Blast? Hydrate.
Yeah, I would say yes for that one. It's thirst, right?
It's thirst.
Thirst. I'm gonna give that one to Jen.
Okay, let's turn the camera around. Oh,
She said hydrate, which is basically thirst. Awesome. Okay, cool. All right, thank you for that, Michelle. Okay, do you want to do a quick little highlight on Sculpt? So what is Sculpt, Michelle?
okay, I wrote notes. I'm gonna read my notes. That way,
A quick,
sorry, go ahead.
Just quickly take some notes, and tomorrow share in your stories a fun fact about Sculpt that you learned tonight, okay?
Okay, so I'm literally reading my notes. That way I don't stay off track and we can like wrap this up. So essentially, Sculpt is amino acids. We have 20 amino acids in our body that we need, and 9 are essential. The essential amino acids are not produced on their own in your body. Therefore, you need them from outside sources. So you can generally get them in food. However, most of our diets do not allow our bodies to have all 9 essential amino acids. So a lot of us have to supplement in order to get those. Why is that important? It is extremely important, more important than you will know. So one of the fun facts that I was reading up on is that because amino acids are proteins, they can actually help combat liver disease, cancer, things that deplete your body of their proteins. This will replenish the protein and in fact help you heal a lot quicker. And I was like, that is actually so cool. So I shared that information with somebody that I know, love and dear to my heart, that had cancer. So I was like, listen, when your body is undergoing these things, when you're filling it back with what it needs, you'll heal better. You'll feel less sore. You'll be in less pain. Like, how could you say no to something so natural that you actually need? So anyways, our body, so we need them to boost our muscle growth and performance. So our body uses them to make proteins, which are the body, like the building blocks to every cell and tissue and organ in our bodies. We actually need these proteins for those reasons. Those are huge components of who we are. Amino acids and protein play a crucial role in our metabolism. So like I said, there's 20 essential amino acids, or sorry, there are 20 amino acids, but only 9 are essential. Our body can't make essential amino acids. So we try to get them from our diet, mostly in the time we need to, most of the time we need to supplement. They help lower levels of substance that indicate muscle damage. So why do they help us replenish our muscles? Because they have what we need. And it also helps improve our energy. That's called energy metabolism. So there are different forms of your metabolism. This actually helps replenish that part. So when we do strenuous workouts, it actually helps us not be as sore, not be in as much pain, and it helps lean out our muscles. And so they did a study on like bodybuilders, Some took placebos, some took these amino acids. The ones that took amino acids had actually lost body fat and gained a lot of extra lean muscle, as opposed to those that were on the placebo effect. They actually gained fat and didn't lose anything. And so they found themselves struggling, whereas those who took amino acids thrived. They did another study where some of those people, so some people took 14 grams of amino acids, other people took 28 grams of whey protein, and some people took 28 grams of carbohydrate sport drinks. So those that have like vitamins, nutrients, supplements, all of that kind of stuff, 28 grams of those sports drinks. The only group that actually improved were those that took 14 grams of amino acids. Like, that is mind blowing. So when you talk about like your health as a whole, just taking amino acids for your regular day life, like you don't even have to work out to take amino acids for them to be extremely effective. I think as women, like men don't struggle as much with their with their like metabolism, but girls often do. And so when we're giving our bodies these amino acids that we need, Sculpt is actually super, super, super clean. And the ones that Thrive made, like they knew what they were doing. The 3 that are in the Sculpt are exactly what our body needs to actually replenish our organs, our muscles, our metabolism, our brain function, our weight management. That's why they include all of those areas, because they actually all work together to build up those proteins that you need. So that was my quick summary of Sculpt.
That's awesome. I actually heard, okay, from a fascia therapist that the ones that are not plant-based, so the amino acids that are not plant-based, are made with human hair or duck feathers. So he said, "Are yours plant-based?" And I was like, "Yes." And he's like, "That's really good because they're not made with human hair or duck feathers." And I was like, "Oh my God, where did you read this?" He's like, "Oh, an article." And I was like, "Oh." And he's like, "I shared it on my wall." And I was like, "Ah."
Okay, I need to add into that because I've read a lot of articles. I've read a lot of articles about this. I've never read that.
Really? Okay. I don't know if it was just like, I don't know. I need to do more research on this. But when he told me that, I was like, I'm never taking anything that's not plant-based again for supplements. Like, never. Now, don't quote me on that because I don't know if it's like, I mean, this is just information on, but it's good to research if you want to do the research and, let us know what you find out. But yes, okay, let's end this up. Let's wrap this up. Thank you to all of you for staying here, and for Nola for joining us halfway through. Thank you for just being us together. I know we're just a few, but it does feel really good to see each and every one of you on here tonight. So let's finish with gratitude, something that you're grateful for. And Jennifer, I saw that what you wrote there above, but I didn't want to stop what we were talking about. But she said, redefining the vision of how I am running my business and utilizing my support to get there, regaining focus on building my customer base plus touch base with potential customers. That is her win. I love that. And Stormy said, had 3 people reach out and ask about Thrive. You know why, Stormy? Because you're showing up with your reels. Because you're showing up with your content and you're talking about Thrive. And you're being unapologetic about it and kind of like in your face, like, this is awesome. Like, what are you doing? If you're not taking Thrive, like, what are you doing? Like Stormy's like unapologetically being like, this is me. You take me as I am. And I love Thrive. But people are reaching out to her. She had like 5 people reach out to her because why? Because she's creating content, right, on the Thrive experience. What's up, Nola?
Hey, I just have a real quick question. I jumped on late, so I apologize. But I would really like to hear what you guys had to say. Am I going to be able to go back and listen?
I actually
we finally closed on our house today, so it has just been a crazy. I know, it's so happy. I didn't even think, I almost given up hope, but here we have it. And so it's going to be a maddening week, but a good kind of maddening. And but I really wanted to make this whole thing tonight, so I at least want to go back and listen. So Can you show me how to do that later, Sarah?
Actually, I'm going to download this tomorrow and I'm going to put it on YouTube.
It'll be on YouTube. Okay.
Yes, but I'm really, I'll share the link with you and you'll be able to see
I
it.
appreciate it.
But I'm so happy for you. That's a huge win. That is a huge
It is. Oh my gosh, it is. It is. I'm so happy.
Stormy says, grateful for friends. Leanne says, grateful for this team. Thank you all. I'm grateful for you guys too so much. And yeah, I mean, let's leave it at that. It's 9:30 here. My brain is like, I'm going to slow down and shut down now. Okay. Bye, everyone. Love you.
All right. Love you.